So, Alma's finally unleashed her paranormal fury on the world, and happily we're all still alive. Hooray! But is F.E.A.R 2 worth buying, or should you just go back to criticising Nathaniel's cat-holding skills instead? F.E.A.R 2 kicks off 30 minutes before the end of the last title, as slightly nutty soldier Michael Beckett embarks on a mission to take a woman into protective custody. Sounds simple enough. Unfortunately, a big group of heavily armed soldiers have a different idea, and so spend the game trying to kill both her and you. To top this off, local scary girl Alma, essentially Sadako from The Ring on a sugar high, seems to have taken a shine to you, and so spends most of her time killing people right in front of you and intermittently grabbing your wrists and screaming. Sweet, really. What's most striking about this title is from the moment you pick it up, F.E.A.R 2 will try and pump you so full of atmosphere you'll start sneezing clouds. Warner Brothers are really doing their very best to scare you on this one, packing every inch of the game with spooky sound effects and all sorts of visual nasties. The visuals themselves are quite nice. They're not exactly groundbreaking, and they're considerably better on the PC than the console versions, but nonetheless there are some good lighting effects thrown in there. Character modelling is of a consistently high quality, making the creatures a good deal more unsettling, and a lot of effort has clearly gone into decking out the various environments with gore, just in case you were in doubt as to whether Alma was really friendly or not. You can also interact with a good amount of stuff in the levels, knocking over things like tables to create cover for yourself. Unfortunately, this is a bit of a redundant feature, as there's no close cover button, and more often than not, objects actually provide better cover before you knock them down. Irritatingly, you also use the same button for this command to reload, meaning Michael is possessed of an infuriating tendency to indulge in a bit of feng shui when he's out of ammo and an entire team of squaddies is rearranging his face with bullets. The real key to F.E.A.R 2's atmosphere, however, is actually in the sound. I'm not just talking about creepy sound effects, but the music you hear when fighting off enemies. For the vast majority of the gunfights, the music builds into a pacey kind of nightmarish techno. By contrast, the bits of silence you encounter at other points in the game help contribute to a sense of nervous anticipation, as Alma just loves to throw something creepy your way right in the middle of a long quiet spell. However, there is one big flaw in the sound for F.E.A.R 2, which is while the music builds subtly during firefights, once they're over it dies off almost immediately. It takes away a big part of the atmosphere, as you're automatically certain you've killed every last one of them. Talking of the combat, the soldier AI used in F.E.A.R 2 deserves a mention. You'll have to guard your flanks quite often while playing the game. The infantry you face are sly dogs, always trying to sneak round and flush you out with a well-placed grenade. The AI for the beast isn't quite so hot, but if you're anything like me, you'll be too busy running around going "ah" to notice for the most part. So, F.E.A.R 2 handles nicely, has challenging enemies and a good array of weapons. The biggest letdown, however, is you've got health and ammo coming out of your ears. It really saps the sense you get of F.E.A.R 2 being something you need to survive. You kind of get the feeling when a developer has gone to so much effort to build atmosphere for a title that it loses something when you can just blast your way through without really giving a monkeys as to who's emptying an entire clip into your bespectacled face, or just what that creature's planning to do with your leg now that it's managed to gnaw the whole thing clean off. Ultimately, F.E.A.R 2 is a solid game that for the most part achieves what it set out to do. It's atmospheric, well built, and has a good deal of depth to it. Warner Brothers really shot themselves in the foot with the abundance of health packs, as it changes the way you approach the game, but for most this probably won't be a big enough factor to stop them having fun.